No, no, that doesn't make sense. He's the one investigating the case. He's the one who arrested you. Exactly, Rajesh said, voice rising with intensity. He took over the investigation to bury the truth. He kidnapped Chandrakanth. When no one paid the ransom, because Chandrakanth was an orphan with no real family, he had no use for him, so he killed him. And when I started digging too close, he framed me. Vikram stood silent, the truth settling over him like a suffocating fog. Rajesh continued, his tone urgent. He knew I was on Damodar's trail. Damodar must have seen something, the kidnapping maybe. That's why he went missing. Kumar silenced him, just like he did Chandrakanth. But why you? Why frame you? Vikram asked. Because I was close, Rajesh replied bitterly. Because I was asking questions, connecting the dots. He needed a scapegoat, someone expendable. The room was silent for a long moment as the weight of the conspiracy pressed in on them. Finally, Vikram said, "We have to expose him." Rajesh nodded, a grim look in his eyes. But we need proof. Real, undeniable proof. That was easier said than done. They hatched a plan. Kumar's office was the key. If they could break in, access his personal files or communication logs, they might find the evidence they needed. But the city was no longer safe. News had spread like wildfire. Both of their phones buzzed simultaneously. Rajesh grabbed his and saw the headline that sealed his fate. Breaking news. Rajesh Kumar, prime suspect in Chandrakanth's murder, on the run. Public urged to report sightings. His image flashed across the screen. Every channel carried the same headline. Rajesh Kumar's face was now infamous. The media frenzy was brutal. The public, once sympathetic, now viewed him as a cold-blooded killer. Vikram cursed under his breath. They're turning everyone against us. Rajesh stood, pacing. We need to move fast. It's only a matter of time before they find us. Outside, the sirens wailed again, a constant reminder that the walls were closing in. They relocated to an abandoned printing press on the edge of the slum. It was damp, cold, and dark, but it was hidden. There, they laid out every scrap of evidence they had. Photos, files. The name Rajiv Kumar circled in red ink. Inside were bank transfer receipts, offshore accounts, photographs of Chandrakanth tied up. Damodar's name scribbled on a surveillance log. And at the center of it all, Rajiv Kumar's signature. This is it, Rajesh whispered. We have him. In the heart of the city, the sun had just begun to dip below the horizon, casting a reddish hue across the skyline, when chaos erupted. Rajesh stood at the center of it all, sweat soaking through his shirt, chest heaving, eyes wild with desperation. One arm clutched a hostage close while the other gripped a remote detonator. He was surrounded. Sirens screamed in the distance, and flashing lights bounced off the surrounding buildings. Yet in Rajesh's mind, there was only one name echoing: Inspector Kumar. A line of officers stood tense, guns drawn, waiting for orders.